This is exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. It even begins like the old school ones. Don't need that guitar riff, but finally, Streets of Rage is back. I saw enough, even though I only see 2 characters. I expect a lot more, but I did see some of the old combos, some of the characters from the older game. Axu is obviously older, so this is definitely a sequel, but Blaze looks the same. The backgrounds go well with the new character designs, but I wouldn't mind seeing sprites return. I'm going to give like a quick rundown of things I would like to see in this game. Now first off, this is exactly what I wanted from Sega, a return of the old school. Sonic Mania was a good example of this. And as a kid that grew up on the Sega Super Nintendo console war and was a Sega fan, even though I did have an SNES and an N64, I did prefer my Genesis and Dreamcast. I do want a lot of classic Sega games to come back. Games such as ToeJam and Earl, Shinobi, Golden Axe, and Altered Beast. Shining Force 2, definitely Shining Force 2 is still one of my favorite strategy RPGs, Japanese games of all time. I feel like these games never really died. The gaming industry, everybody just moved on. But a lot of the 16-bit era games were great right until people moved on. I've never felt the early 3D games looked that good, or at least as good as 2D sprites. So hopefully I'm happy that Streets of Rage and Sega in the future stick with 2D. One of the first things I want to see is better music, or at least good music that matches the old school Sega Genesis style, 16-bit era style. Streets of Rage is known for having good dance type music that fits the rhythm of the game and the atmosphere. I really hope they can match that style. If they can't, I will just be using the songs I already have downloaded from Streets of Rage and just play them over the new game. Another feature I would like to see is multiple characters. The original had Axel, Blaze, and Adam. The second one added Skate and Max because Adam got captured. I would like to just see all the characters come back. There's one thing Sonic Mania did, it felt like the return of the original Sonic. We now play Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Street Fighter 4 did this well when he added the original Street Fighter 2 cast as well as the new Challengers cast and a few alpha characters. The quick trailer only shows 2 people, but Adam was one of the originals, and I would love to play Adam again, as he was my favorite character to play when I played co-op with my little brother back in the early 90s. The third thing that I would want is difficulty, but with multiple characters, multiple enemies on screen. This was what made Streets of Rage so fun as a kid. As we turn difficulty up, and the game would just put so many bad guys on screen. Many other beat 'em ups limit the amount of enemies on screen. That's kind of like you have to compete just to hit somebody. But Streets of Rage would put so many on screen that we would not know how to beat them all. That made it fun. It is pointless to even try to compare the power of the Genesis to modern consoles. What we should be able to see and do in these new games that are based on 16 era type games should blow our minds. This is one of the reasons why I think they should remake some of these old games, because a lot of them were good with the limitations of the 16-bit era. Imagine what they could do now, which is what I do a lot of, imagining what they could do now with some of my old favorite games from back in the day. The fourth thing I would like to see is new combo variety. As even in the video trailer that they've shown, some of the stuff I've seen before in older games, I would like to see a lot more animations for new moves, and not just reuse some of the old ones. Now I'll be fine if you reuse the old moves, similar to how Sonic Mania plays just like old school Sonic. But then some of the stuff that Sonic Mania does with the new characters add new flavor to Sonic the Hedgehog. And I would like to see somewhere in Streets of Rage where there's some sort of new feature, new innovation that will make the game stand up from the old school ones and not just play like a remake. But part of what I liked as a kid was the combos, the punching, the fireballs, the wrestling moves, the throwing. It felt real technical. Hope they bring all that back with some added and some new amazing stuff, especially the wrestling moves. And I hope the boss variety is better, as the old one will give you a boss, and then later on, the boss you fought before will be a mid-boss in a later level. This gets old by the time you get to the boss Golem, and you fought the boss multiple times, and it's really, in my opinion, kind of hurt the replay value when you go back and play it again. Especially if you learn how to easily beat a boss after a while, and then you fight him as a boss, it's kind of pointless, and then it's like it kills difficulty. It kills difficulty through repetition, which is what these kind of games should have a lot of replay value. Now for beat 'em ups, the bosses do not need to be complicated with multiple animations and multiple attacks. Especially if they're going to be mid-bosses or type of characters that show up to change up the mob density and composition, which is what they end up doing in later levels. You could make some dedicated mid-bosses, some dedicated final bosses for the end of the levels. Of course, if they're fun to fight, then it'll be less of a problem. But it's just a suggestion. The sixth thing, something I noticed when I went back and played the games, especially Streets of Rage 2, don't make the levels too long. A lot of the old school games were short, games you could beat in a little while and then do something else with your life. Have you play another game on your Genesis? I know it's cool right now to make every game hundreds of hours long, but it gets to the point for some people who have more of a life, more things to do in their spare time, that they won't even finish the games that they purchase. Where the good thing about beat 'em ups is you jump in, play for a little while, and move on with your life. I think a good beat 'em up should take about an hour or two. If I need to save, if I need to checkpoint in a beat 'em up, then I think it's too long. Because beat 'em ups are not known for their gameplay variety. Now those are 6 things I would like to see in this game, Streets of Rage 4, what I would want. But I do have a small wish list. Things I might not get. Now the current artwork looks like it was hand drawn. I prefer sprites, or at least to unlock sprites. Both Sonic Mania and Octopath Traveler has renewed my faith in sprites. I would like to see it done again. And the last thing on my wish list, which is not going to happen, is 4-player co-op, which is not. This game is known for 2-player co-op, I know, but the old 4-player thing is kind of dead. Captain America, X-Men, Ninja Turtles, you don't see those anymore. And when they do come out, like Power Rangers, they're normally bad. If this game were good, I would at least like to get 4 players on it. Part of the appeal of Ninja Turtles being 4 players is you got to see all 4 brothers working together. I would love to see Adam, Axel, and Blaze on one screen at one time. Just maybe the Streets of Rage geek in me. Maybe throw Max in there, and now with 4 players, you can probably fit in more enemies on the screen, make it even more chaotic. But an hour or two of gameplay, so people can actually sit down and play it, and not quit early because the game might be too long, like a horde mode or something. Which those modes are normally too long for co-op. I'm just saying. But for Streets of Rage, that'd be great. It was just wishes. This is Panther and 7. I'm about to pop a smoke. I do love the fact that Sega is bringing back classics. I would love to see more. Keep it up, Sega. I hope this game's a hit. Pop a smoke. Peace out, people.